¿Qué onda, bro?
Oye, ¿me ayudas con el wrap del RSX?
Sí, tráetelo de una, ahí te veo.
Buenas tardes.
Your boy got a no plate fix-it ticket that I get signed off this morning, so this is so ugly. I don't know how people run from plates. All right, welcome to the RSX's ultimate transformation video that I'm going to be doing for it. It has been such a great car to me within the last year or so under ownership, and honestly I've always taken it for granted. It's been the car that's always been like on the side. It is my daily driver, and I just never really had like that special care for it. Like, I didn't care what happened to it. I just abused it, used it, and you know, and honestly the car has been very reliable. We're going to be changing the color. We are going to be opening these up because they have dirt inside, and I want to make sure that they look brand new again. So we're gonna go ahead and clean them. As far as the front end, I'm currently in process of trying to find another 2005 to 2006 bumper. This one's pretty much trash. I don't want to reuse it for its new color. And if you guys don't know, this wrap was done by me and a couple friends, and as you can tell, we've never wrapped a car in our life, so we kind of just tackled it as is and hope for the best. And obviously there was a lot of, you know, things that we did wrong throughout the car, even though it does look good in my opinion. I love the Laguna Seca blue on it, but it is time to change it up. Vinyl Frog ended up sending us a whole nother wrap for the car, so we are going to be taking this thing to TJ. I'm going to be getting some body work done on the car. I want to make sure that all the panels are kind of properly, just everything's kind of just better put together, and then wrap it professionally at a shop so that the car ends up looking a lot better. And clean them up, and I'm currently in the process of resealing them with some fresh silicone. I'm gonna put them back in the oven, seal them up, and then tomorrow we'll go ahead and install them on the car and see how they look. This look specifically I just don't like, so that lip is definitely coming off. I ended up losing one of the fog lights out in Mexico, so I might just take that one off unless I find another one. But yeah, I might just get some new headlights down the road, but at least the internals of the housing are clean. I still would have to wet sand and polish these to make them look a little bit cleaner. Here we have the facelift for the RSX. I ended up just getting both things new because People want an arm and a leg for a used bumper that has cracks and rips everywhere, and I just, even though it's aftermarket, I know it's in good condition. We're gonna go ahead and test fit the fitment between, it's an OEM replacement bumper and an A-spec lip. So the only reason I'm putting it on right now before we leave to Mexico is because if I cross over the border with these, they're gonna charge me taxes, especially considering how big they are. I guess you can't really take car parts into Mexico without paying taxes, and something big like this is gonna catch your eye. It's already blue. I just don't want any issues. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that thing off real quick. We're gonna go ahead and put the A-spec lip on here and see how badass it looks just with that alone. I know it's not in color, but you can't tell me this just doesn't look perfect for the car. It's like, it beefs up the front. It kind of like, it kind of evolves the car, if that makes sense. Like, it has like that extra aggressiveness. Alright, so now that the bumper is gone, and let's head out to Mexico. God damn, bro, I really need a haircut. But just left the gym. I'm currently going to go pick up some spare wheels for the RSX because we are going to have to dismount the tires to get these painted. So we're gonna go meet up with Cesar. He's a local DSMer, I guess. He has like a Mitsubishi shop. Kind of looks like a junkyard, you guys will see right now, but it's pretty sick because there's a lot of cool cars there that if you're a Mitsubishi guy, you pretty much know these cars are legit. So alright, here we have the wheels we are going to borrow. I also kind of want to show you guys the cars here. There's actually Sergio's other GSX. As you guys can see, he has the wide body on it. Let me show you guys the cars. We have a 2GB Talon right here. Super rare parts. Does he have the strikes on it? No, he doesn't. We have a 3000 GT, a 240 SX. What is that in the back? I think another 2G back there, and then I see a 1G over there. Another 2G right here. 1G up there. A lot up there. Another 2G right there. Another Talon right there. Another 1G right there.
Take the exit onto Avenida VIQ de Rambla de Poniente. Then take a slight right turn onto Boulevard.
Check out the wheels, guys. These Regas don't look bad. Alright, so we're currently looking over the damage for the quarter panel, so that way we can go ahead and have this squared off and make sure that the fitment throughout the rear is looking good. So as you guys can see, due to the crash from a previous owner, we have this little gap here. I actually kind of dig it wingless with the Regas on. Peeled the paint off. And here we have the hood. As you guys can see, it has a couple little imperfections that need to be worked out. The paint ended up peeling with the wrap. Alright, so we're pretty much ready to go for today. Camaron is going to go ahead and start on the body work for the parts. I don't know if the car completely changed, and I'm going to be driving around hoodless, so hopefully no one either takes my parts or I don't get pulled over just for driving it like this. But it is what it is. It's my daily at the end of the day, and just keep it pushing. I'll bring you guys out to this location of Playas Tijuana, which is basically the equivalent of like Newport Beach in Cali, for all my Cali people, but in Mexico. So it's a really nice area. You got the beachfront right here, practically sharing the same ocean with California. The last day with the Laguna Seca Blue on the RSX. Honestly, one of my favorite colors just overall, and honestly it's been a pleasure to have it on the RSX. Ooh, that's interesting. Right, currently the following day, I just passed by a cop with no hood on. I've been driving the car around with no hood for the past couple of days, and it's been quite the experience because I get a lot more stairs with the car and it feels weird. But we're about to head out to Camaron's house, and we're gonna start taking off the wrap off the RSX. It's about to get ugly before it gets good, guys. So luckily I thought this was going to be bad. You guys can see the condition of the wrap right here is really bad. But since it's baking out in the sun for a little bit, we're actually able to peel it off pretty quickly. Hopefully it's the same for the rest of the car, and hopefully it's easy to remove everything. But I'm gonna put you guys on a time lapse and enjoy us making this car look really ugly with different colors and different panels, and it's gonna be fun. Obviously paint is a much better choice, especially since we have Camaron here. He's a really good painter, but car's not in for budget. So like I mentioned before, I'm not rich, so I'm working with what I got. We got the wrap for now, and then maybe one day it'll get paint. But as far as right now, the Mitsubishis take over the priority. But let me show you guys this side. You go from that, which looks decent, to this side looks a little bit rough. So when I traded the car for an Eclipse, it needed a lot of work. This car was really bad. Go check out the first video. Camaron is currently taking apart the whole rear end, so you guys can see this like in 30 minutes. And he's gonna do some magic this corner here, because I guess it was hit at one point, which is why we have the dent there. So I'm gonna go ahead and start focusing on this side of the car, and then let's see how it looks. Bump here on my finger, but I just wanted to show you guys how Camaron ended up just kind of making the gap a lot just tighter around the quarter panel. So he did like a lot of pulling, a lot of body work, not body work, but just a lot of work here to kind of push everything back out, and the overall just fitment of the bumper is 20 times better, because before this part of the bumper wouldn't even touch the bracket. So now they're attaching, the bumper's going fully in right here, and of course the gap over here is perfectly fine. So just want to do a quick walk around just to show you guys how bad the car was. This is pretty much how I got it when I got it, and it's rough. So sadly, I think it's very common for these cars. I know of the platforms like the S chassis community or even the DSM community, they just have different colored panels, and it's a whole ordeal, right? In carp, I'm gonna go ahead and replace the front motor mount, because the front one is bad on this car. So just random, but take care of it real quick and fix this. For one of the most annoying motor mounts I've had to do, but took off the intake, took off the slave cylinder, and somehow managed to wiggle in the new motor mount. The previous one was super shot. I want to show you guys what it looked like. I think it's right here. Look at this. So when I did the clutch, I was supposed to swap it out, but the one I got wasn't the right one. So that one stayed like that, which then was causing a lot of moving with the engine. So Camaron's taking care of the final body work to make sure that we have a straight quarter panel after this. Currently back with El Camaron. We are going to start working on the RSX. So in 2 hours we're going to start heading out to the wrap shop to start on the wrap. We're still going to focus on putting on the hood and kind of fixing some alignment issues as far as the panels go. So that's missing a 10, just to make sure that the body is squared away and kind of put together well before the vinyl goes on. Now I do like it wingless, don't get me wrong, these look really good as is, but nothing beats the OEM big wing. I'm a big fan of big wings, as you guys can tell. All my cars, Evo, Eclipse, and 3000 GT have the biggest wing possible that are offered by Japanese manufacturers. It's just my taste. And here we have the hood. So this is one of the biggest issues that the car had. Super smooth. Camaron did tell me that it was repainted at one point, so the blue paint started stripping, which then led him to have to strip the whole hood down and basically smooth it out and then primer it just to have it ready. But I wish you guys can feel this. It feels extremely smooth, and this is where the prep work kind of gets you to, you know, much better results. So I know it looks super simple and easy through the video, but we've been here quite a bit of time, and he's been making adjustments throughout the fender, headlights, and just skirt. You guys can kind of tell the difference because the gap is a lot closer here than what it used to be like this. So you guys can kind of just gauge the small little details like these that make the front end just look either sloppy or well put together. So obviously the owners before this car didn't really take care of it properly. You know, and it happens. You know, unfortunately these cars are they were cheap at one point. They're super expensive now, but when a platform is super cheap to acquire, you end up getting people that don't really know how to take care of them properly, or just simply don't know how to do certain things. It takes someone specific like Camaron to basically be able to fix the little details that are going to make or break the build. So now we're going to focus on the fitment with the front bumper. So we went ahead and attached the grill the right way. I guess there is a specific way this goes under, and then there's tabs that you have to place it in. I usually just like kind of put it in there, and it makes a huge difference because, as you guys can see, the gap is all gone. So todo eso.
Ya, muy bien. Así leve, no lo vas a llegar a meter.
No.
Lo que me funciona a mí no le va a funcionar a otro, lo que le funciona a otro no funciona. Como makeup.
Okay, what is this? I forgot how time extensive this stuff is, so getting there, just going to apply primer, and you should be good to go. Second coat. Quick look at the RSX. Foundation is set. Ready to go to the wrap shop tomorrow and start applying some vinyl for the Type S. guys can see, they went ahead and sanded down anywhere that the car kind of needed to get a little bit smoother. And this is just done so that when you overlay the vinyl, it's actually a smooth surface that's going to stick. Because if we were just to overlay the vinyl how it was previously, the line right here would have been really harsh and you would have been able to tell through the wraps. They're also cleaning the edges of the panels. So the wrap goes over and inside, so you want to make sure that these surfaces are also cleaned up, because most of the time you have just dirt collected in there, and then once you overlay the wrapping, you try to put it inside, it's still dirty inside. So that's where you have lack of stickiness, I guess, and you want to make sure everything is just properly prepped before you start laying stuff in. It's got LED tail lights.
Hey, ¿qué tal? Yo soy Diego Gonrostro. Estamos aquí en Car Wrap Tijuana. Hacemos lo que es car wrapping, pintado de rines, calipers, detailing, todo lo que sea relacionado a los carros. Si quieres tunear tu auto, puedes venir aquí con nosotros, acercarte, darnos tus ideas de lo que quieres realizar en tu auto, y nosotros haremos todo lo posible para llevar tus sueños de hecho realidad a tu auto.
Turn off by doing some sort of clay bar process to make sure that all contamination is basically off the panels. I don't know how old the paint is, but it's very rough. So just to make sure we have an even surface throughout the car when you're applying the vinyl. It's just a really good idea to clean everything. Like I said, the edges, make sure you clay bar everything properly, and you have a nice enclosed area where there's gonna be no dust that is gonna basically get back on the car. So the car's gonna stay here until we finish it, and I'm pretty excited because I've never done yellow. I've never seen myself owning a yellow car, but I think yellow is perfect for a Honda and an RSX in specific. Fender, door, quarter panel. It's pretty much all done. The difference between the first time I did it to this is quite insane. Písale.
Ahorita no, joven.
Nah.
No traigo cambio.
¿Qué traes? ¿Nomás traes un Supra, ya te crees o qué?
No traigo cambio, güey. Ahorita no.
Fíjense nomás. Suprita. 2JZ Turbo. It's currently a couple days later. It feels kind of weird not having a car out in Mexico, so I've been Ubering pretty much everywhere. He's about to head out to the warehouse. and I'm gonna go ahead and head out to the wrap shop to hopefully finish the RSX today. So we'll see how far they got. The Johnny Tran livery. Alright, so we're gonna be replacing the Monrovia alignment banner. Same, basically different color, just same logo. Looks so weird without a front lip. Let's start on the roof and bumpers off, front lip, rear lip, grille, and wing are all separate. ¿Cómo se siente tener un Supra?
Siente igual que un Eclipse.
This thing for sure needs some love. A nice wrap would look good on it. Make it bright orange. This dude's rolling around with no plates, dude. No plates, tinted windows, which by the way are also illegal in TJ, especially the front windshield. It's really hard to see out of this thing out at night.
¿Quieres que te hayan 100,000 personas? ¡Hija de su puta madre!
Who's that?
¿Eh?
Who's that?
Mi ex, güey, que se me la pasa hablándome a la verga. Pasa de verga. Son pesa chingui.
So, this looks so good. Damn. Old school. Old school stuff.
A veces menos es más.
What is that? Good morning. Currently just ate, and we're about to go hopefully finish up the RSX Type S. I wanted to show you guys this. This is probably one of the first mods I ever did to my Mitsubishi Eclipse back when I was like 18 years old. It was like one of my first mods. It's called an Easy Lip. They've gained popularity over the years, but basically this is some 3M tape on it's like a rubber piece. It's usually used for gardening, but a lot of car guys started using these as front lips. They're not really lips, they just kind of add a little bit of like, it just makes your car look a little bit better, makes it look a little bit lower. They're super cheap to replace just in case you rip it. And the RSX does sit pretty high, it's more of a functional height. So adding a lip like this, I don't think I should have to worry about ripping it off. Although I do come out to Mexico and the bumps here are just, they're literally boulders that you have to like crawl over. I always scrape my chassis, the exhaust, so I don't know if I should wait for California to put this on. I also got some 3M double-sided tape because I'm gonna go ahead and add it on the front A-spec lip and the rear Mugen lip. So this is just so that we're able to close the gaps between basically the bumpers and the lips, and just make everything a little bit more organized so we don't have to keep using a bunch of screws that look kind of ghetto on the rear and front lip. And you know, just keep it simple, keep it easy. This is a great way to do it. Let's go out to the wrap shop. I'm about to call an Uber and take all my camera equipment with me and record the rest of the day. So let's see what happens. And we just made it out to the wrap shop. We are going to go ahead and pretty much finish up the car. The panels are still off, the badges aren't on. We need double-sided tape for that. Mirrors, door handles are already apart, so we're going to move them around. Side skirt, we still have to pick up the wheels from Cameron and get them mounted. Forgot about that. Cut this, do the hatch, kind of do the bottom of the lip, put the light on, and oh yeah, and then the spoiler as well. So we still got a whole day ahead of us, and should look good after all this. It's very minimal, but it makes a huge difference. Kind of gives it more of like a ground effect type of thing. So just so you guys can see. Anyways, find it at Amazon, eBay. It's called the Easy Lip. It's universal. I had to cut the excess, but it's a great little modification that kind of keeps the car OEM plus and doesn't spend your money. So. Oh no. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and start on the wing. This is a matte black wrap. What do you guys think? Should we leave this black or just the bottom? Side skirts are done, and now it's time for the side mirrors. And the 3M tape ended up sealing it up really well. Little gap here, but the fitment is 10 times better than how it used to be. We've got a Monrovia of Monuments banner on. So what we gotta do is go pick up the wheels tomorrow. One thing I've realized, this is basically the first car that I've kind of owned being yellow, besides the shell that we had for the 911 that we had to sell. Unfortunately, hopefully one day we get another one, but this is the first time I'm actually driving out in traffic with a yellow car, and all I can say is I noticed a difference of like when people, I don't know, it was just like a lot more people stare. I could just tell. And it's kind of weird because this car's never really gotten too much attention. It doesn't really stand out. The blue was good looking and all, but it just wasn't a car that kind of had any sort of essence. The yellow really makes the DC5 just pop. I don't know why, it just makes it look super clean, makes it look super good, and the whole objective of the build was to make it a lot better than how it was before and to keep the OEM plus look. I'm big on that. I think that's how this is my style when it comes to building cars, and I always appreciate other builds like that because I know that person has the same style of modifications that I would have if I owned that car, right? So I have buddies with other platforms like FDRX7s or Supras, GTRs, and I see how they modify their cars, and I'm like, I would probably do the same thing as you if I was to own one. I don't know if you guys do that with other people or if you guys do that with me, but it's kind of cool how you play with things in cars and how you move things. It's how you modification is just it's based off your creativity, and OEM plus might be the lack of creativity because you're using less, but sometimes less is more, and if you do it right and you pull off the right colors, I think you should be okay. So I don't know, just kind of car philosophy, I guess. No one really talks about it, but let's get going with the painter, pick up the wheels, check them out, and then go mount the tires. Damn. No, see, it's gonna make a big difference. All right, let's get going. All I gotta say is, wow. Let's go drive this thing and let's roll some cinematics. Bueno. First wash. That's Mexico for you. Jeez, bro, I could tell you're in Mexico.
It just makes it better than wax. To simplify it, it's like an actual thick coating of like wax, but it's permanent, so it actually lasts longer. It's a water repellent, UV protection, and has a coating on top, so any kind of rocks, grime, anything like that, or even scratching it, light scratches, even light fire, it won't do anything to it. So it won't boil your paint or wrap. Hold it like that, because it's nano on the bottom, so it's not moving, right?
Yeah.
So immediately, that's it. Just one thin mist of a spray. We're just gonna blend it. As soon as it blends it, bonds, and there you go, look.
Alright, we pretty much made it home, and all I can say is I'm so happy with how the RSX turned out. Obviously, we still need a couple things. I ended up losing one of the windshield trims on the way back from Mexico, so I'm gonna have to go to the junkyard and get another one. But honestly, the car completely changed, and just want to give a huge thanks to anyone that was pretty much part of this car. And you know, the last week and a half has been very busy per se, but it got done. And I know it's not going to be 100% perfect, but it basically went from like a 4 to like a 7.5. So the car just has its own personality now, and I'm actually considering selling it off. I know it sounds crazy, but I may have found a deal on another platform that I really want to get into. I've been wanting to, so we might have to get rid of the RSX. So I'm gonna enjoy it for a little bit. I'm honestly super happy, especially with the contrast of the white with the yellow. It's just so perfect, man. And look at this, like the bodywork just made such a huge difference. It don't have the nasty gap, the badly installed wrap, and you know, everything was pretty much done with much more care now. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for the transformation video on the RSX. Let me know what you guys thought, and I guess I'll leave you guys here. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.